I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak mean nothing more to me. 'Cause let's start over now. Rewind. And I won't let you go. I need you by my side.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Today is June 14th, 2024, 3:05 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Thank you all for joining me. Got a couple breaking things going on right now. First, there has been a body found between Hendersonville and Memphis. Burton S. Staggs just in. Body located. Details are limited, but at this time, Henderson County, not Hendersonville, Henderson County Sheriff's Brian Duke tells me that the body was located near a cemetery in Sardis. So where is Sardis at? I want to look where Sardis is. No idea. I'm going to look on the map here. See if I can find it. Sardis, Tennessee. Okay. This would be, let me find it here, guys. We'll go to Google Earth. See if it has anything to do. All right, here is Sardis, and it's somewhere 201 Henderson Road. This is Henderson. So this has got to be, here's Nashville. Right up here's Nashville. This is Memphis. So it is in the middle, literally in the middle between Nashville and Memphis. That's interesting. To me, that's very interesting. In the middle between Memphis and Nashville. So not sure if there's anything else at the moment. Thank you, Drew. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, my love. Stacy, thank you so much for 3 months. And Drew, thank you so much for 3 months. Very much appreciated. Uh, let me look. I have no idea if this is an adult, if this is a child. Um, it's close to a cemetery. If it was in the water, it could not have been there for long if they have the height and weight. Do they have the height and weight? Does anyone know? Let me see if anything is trending on Twitter. Hold on, someone just messaged me. Looking up here. All right, we'll find that in just a minute. Hold on, my phone's. I just think it's interesting that it's between Nashville and Memphis. 6 foot, 200 pounds. Well, that would definitely not be anyone we're looking for. It just tells me that. What did they say? Details are limited, but at this time, but Henderson County Sheriff's Brian Duke tells me that the body was located near a cemetery in Sardis. Uh, yes, in Henderson County, not Hendersonville. Let me see here. Hold on, someone just sent me something. I just got this as I was coming on the air because I was doing a live. One sec. All right, I just got coordinates and I just got a news. This was 4 hours ago. The news released this. So we'll see what it says. Body located at cemetery. Sources say Henderson County, Tennessee. Details are limited at this time, but sources say the body has been found in Henderson County. Again, not Hendersonville, Henderson County. A WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News tipster shared Friday morning that a body was located at Spring Hill Cemetery in Sardis. We spoke with Henderson County Sheriff Brian Duke, who confirmed a deceased individual, so one person, who has been found at this location. At this time, no further information has been confirmed. We are currently working to gather more details than expected, updated later today. Now, again, there is an article from 5 years ago. There is an article from 5 years ago. It's not the same thing. So I thought they would not have the height and weight that so fast. They don't. I don't think they do. I don't think they do. There people are confusing it with another article from years ago. So please make sure you check the date on that one. Who said that, ML Brown? All right. I got Google Maps. All right. So this is where, from what I understand, the remains were found. There is a Sardis, Mississippi, and there's a Sardis, Tennessee as well. Okay. All right. So this is the cemetery. Close. This is close. This is close to where the remains were found. What is from a 2017 article, Crystal? The one I am talking about is from 4 hours ago. It's not from 2017, not from 2015. It's 4 hours ago. So, Spring Hill Cemetery is right here. It would be it's very far off. I mean, pretty far off I-40. It's pretty much between Memphis and Nashville, closer to Memphis, but pretty much dead center between Memphis and Nashville is where it's at. No. Who said it was just a homeless person? Everyone has a human life. Absolutely everyone. Okay, reality. Thank you. Hold on, I got another one coming in here. Let me make sure this is homicide is underway after a body was recovered. The one that sent me this article from this is a different, this is not the same as the one I'm talking about. The one who sent me the Hendersonville Standard, that is that's a body located near at the Tennessee Kentucky border. We're nowhere near Kentucky on this one. So I have no idea what the name of the Bower Sox Cemetery. It's probably not, any one we're looking for, but still, what interests me so much is that here's Nashville, here's Memphis, we're right in the middle. Let's see how far Wildsville, Tennessee is to Scotts Hill. Let me look at that just to see how far it is off I-40 approximately. Ville, Tennessee to Scotts Hill, Tennessee. Driving directions. Okay, so it's about 40 minutes off of Highway 40. Yep. That's what the main thing we're here for today's summer. I'll be watching. Okay. All right. So moving forward, if we hear anything else about that, we'll speak on it. But my opinion, probably something different, to be quite honest. TBI just updated, came out a few hours ago on Summer Wells. A TBI agent reports on the Summer Wells case. And, we're 3 years into this. An interesting thing is they say that this is not a cold case. This is not a cold case. Oops.
We don't have the evidence in this case to know for sure whether or not Summer was abducted or whether or not she walked away from her home and became lost. It's really important to us to not focus.
I'm sorry. I mean, I disagree with him. That child did not walk away, in my opinion. Did not walk away. We were speaking last night on Mandy's panel, Spirit Seekers. These cameras and the technology is so sensitive in finding humans. It can literally pick up a mouse in a field. This kid, Summer Moon Utah Wells, someone did something with
all
her.
of our efforts on just one of those two. We think that the only way we'll be successful in finding Summer is to continue to walk down both of those investigative paths to ensure that we don't become focused on one area alone and miss something that's crucially important. I would say this case has not gone cold. A cold case is typically framed up as a case where there are no tips or leads that are coming in and there are no investigative efforts that are happening because there is.
He's going to tell how many tips they have gotten in 3 years. It is staggering.
There is no place to travel with the investigation. I would say in this case, thanks to the public, we've continued to have tips and leads that have come in that agents have been able to follow up on continuously. And the agents have worked tirelessly when tips and leads weren't coming in to try to find ways to investigate when typically people would lay down their effort. It has been a great partnership between the community and law enforcement to not let this case sit and go sterile. We continue to focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area or technology that could have been used that may give us an investigative lead. All stones are being turned over. There's not one thing that's being done. We've been extremely creative as we've investigated this case. And
We've been extremely creative as we have investigated this case.
Continue to try to find ways to turn over rocks that we didn't even know that were there to turn over.
We continue to investigate and turn over rocks that we didn't even know we could turn over.
Children are our top priority at TBI. They are the most vulnerable population that we have. They're our most precious things in our world. TBI has always placed an emphasis on missing children, and we've done that through multiple programs that are established here. We look for children when most people aren't. And this case is one that we've just not been able to overcome, and it's troubling.
It is
Many people
troubling.
have speculated what they think has happened in this case. The difficult part of the speculation is that if we as investigators speculate and focus our efforts in one direction, we're making a huge mistake. We have to make sure that we're being completely comprehensive as we investigate. And being focused in one direction is a tragedy for an investigation. So until we find evidence that points us in a direction that we know is the right direction, we'll continue to be comprehensive. We'll continue to explore every option that can be out there, and we would continue to ask for the public's help in doing so. Typically, we have a couple of agents assigned to an investigation, and that's been enough. We've had over 6,500 leads.
6,500 leads. That is incredible. That is incredible. 6,500 leads.
Tips and leads come in on this case. Those have all been reviewed. They've been worked. We continue to get those. And it is a monstrous task, but it's one that's not overwhelmed us.
It's a monstrous task, but it's not one that's overwhelmed us.
We have been strategic in the way that we've handled this investigation. We have some of our most talented agents assigned to this case, some of our most talented intelligence analysts from
some of the most talented intelligence analysts and agents.
the bureaus, but it's one that's not overwhelmed us. We have been strategic in the way that we've handled this investigation. We have some of our most talented agents assigned to this case, some of our most talented intelligence analysts from the Bureau assigned to this case. We have brought in subject matter experts within TBI from across the state to assist in this investigation. We have thrown everything that we know to throw at this case, and we haven't had the answers that we need yet. We know we'll get them, but we don't have them today. When I see the picture of Summer Wells, I see my daughter. And I can tell you,
we know we'll get them. We know we'll get the answers, but we don't have them today. We're going to hold you to it.
that if my daughter was missing, I would sure hope that somebody was looking for her every day. And it brings me concern and satisfaction, really, the concern that we don't have the answers, the satisfaction of knowing that we have the best agents at TBI that are working on this case in connection with other local law enforcement and federal agencies who are doing their best. And if my daughter was missing, all of the people that are working on this case are the people who I would choose to work on a case if my daughter was missing.
So that is Assistant Director John Melton, Criminal Investigation Division for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. There's one more video that we have. They say that they are going to not stop, and they will get answers.
When I see the picture of Summer Wells, I see my daughter. And I can tell you that if my daughter was missing, I would sure hope that somebody was looking for her every day. My name is Josh Melton. I'm the Assistant Director of the Criminal Investigation Division for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. We don't have the evidence in this case to know for sure whether or not Summer was abducted or whether or not she walked away from her home and became lost. It's really important to us to not focus all of our efforts on just one of those two. Many people have speculated what they think has happened in this case. The difficult part of the speculation is that if we as investigators speculate and focus our efforts in one direction, we're making a huge mistake. We have to make sure that we're being completely comprehensive as we investigate. We continue to focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area or technology that could have been used that may give us an investigative lead. All stones are being turned over. We have some of our most talented agents assigned to this case. We have brought in subject matter experts within TBI from across the state to assist in this investigation. We have thrown everything that we know to throw at this case, and we haven't had the answers that we need yet. We know we'll get them, but we don't have them today. Children are our top priority at TBI. They are the most vulnerable population that we have. They're our most precious things in our world. Our commitment to the public is that we're
Someone was saying last night that they believe an animal got Summer Wells. How does an animal go through a door and go down to the basement and get a child? I'll wait. Don and Candace say they don't even know if the downstairs was open or not. Second of all, animals are very messy when they attack. They're very, very messy. And if you're a hunter or you've ever been around hunters, there's a thing called tracking deer, right? When you pew pew one of them, you track them because of blood. This would, one second. Sorry, I need to replay that video in just a second. But, whenever an animal gets someone, the body in Certus was discovered by a young man and had candles surrounding. It had candles around the decedent, Trevor? What? That sounds like a ritual or something. Nothing surprises me anymore. I don't even know why I say I'm surprised. Um, where was that? Yeah, the feds should be embarrassed. I mean, we're gonna go over that thing again. It's very interesting in this video how they mention they don't have evidence of foul play, or no, not foul play, sorry. They don't have they don't have evidence that she walked away. They don't have evidence that, you know, she was abducted, but they don't speak about foul play,
case
which to me is very
to know
interesting.
for sure
They're saying what they don't have. They're saying what they don't have.
whether or not Summer was abducted or whether or not she walked away from her home and became lost. It's really important to us to not focus all of our efforts on just one of those two. We think that the only way we'll be successful in finding Summer is to continue to walk down both of those investigative paths to ensure that we don't become focused on one area alone and miss something that's crucially important.
Yep. They're not speaking about foul play, right? Other than an abductor.
I would say this case has not gone cold. A cold case is typically framed up as a case where there are no tips or leads that are coming in, and there are no investigative efforts that are happening because there is no place to travel with the investigation. I would say in this case, thanks to the public, we've continued to have tips and leads that have come in that agents have been able to follow up on continuously. And the agents have worked tirelessly when tips and leads weren't coming in to try to find ways to investigate when typically people would lay down their effort. It has been a great partnership between the community and law enforcement to not let this case sit and go sterile. We continue to focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area or technology that could have been used that may give us an investigative lead. Um, all stones are being turned over. There's not one thing that's being done. We've been extremely creative as we've investigated this case and continue to try to find ways to turn over rocks that we didn't even know that were there to turn over. Children are our top priority at TBI. They're the most vulnerable population that we have. They're our most precious things in our world. TBI has always placed an emphasis on missing children. We've done that through multiple programs that are established here. We look for children when most people aren't. And in this case is one that we've just not been able to overcome, and it's troubling. Many people have speculated what they think has happened in this.
I think, I mean, to me, it's very interesting that they haven't spoken about the parents. It's very interesting. To me, that's strategic.
This case. The difficult part of the speculation.
And they also say it's very interesting in this technology that could have been used. Technology that could have been used. I think that says something.
Is that if we as investigators speculate and focus our efforts in one direction, we're making a huge mistake. We have to make sure that we're being completely comprehensive as we investigate. And being focused in one direction is a tragedy for an investigation. So until we find evidence that points us in a direction that we know is the right direction, we'll continue to be comprehensive. We'll continue to explore every option that can be out there, and we would continue to ask for the public's help in doing so. Typically, we have a couple of agents assigned to an investigation, and that's been enough. We've had over 6,500 leads, tips and leads come in on this case. Those have all been reviewed. They've been worked. We continue to get those. And it is a monstrous task, but it's one that's not overwhelmed us. We have been strategic in the way that we've handled this investigation. We have some of our most talented agents assigned to this case, some of our most talented intelligence analysts from the Bureau assigned to this case. We have brought in subject matter experts within TBI from across the state to assist in this investigation. We have thrown everything that we know to throw at this case, and we haven't had the answers that we need yet. We know we'll get them, but we don't have them today.
You hear that, Donnie, Candace? They're going to get answers. They're going to get answers.
When I see the picture of Summer Wells, I see my daughter. And I can tell you that if my daughter was missing, I would sure hope that somebody was looking for her.
They did not say that we continue to have communication with the family to find Summer, did they? They didn't say that. They didn't say we continue to have communication with the family to find Summer. He says, she reminds me of my daughter. Direction 1, he didn't say the 2 previously mentioned directions. Yeah. They didn't say that. Sure didn't. Sure didn't say that. Let me go ahead and keep playing this.
Every day. And it brings me concern and satisfaction, really, the concern that we don't have the answers, the satisfaction of knowing that we have the best agents at TBI that are working on this case in connection with other local law enforcement and federal agencies who are doing their best. And if my daughter was missing, all of the people that are working on this case are the people who I would choose to work on a case if my daughter was missing.
It's very, very interesting. All right, 1 second. There we go. Hey, Nick, how are you, dear? I think they know it's parents, but won't say to set them off. Not enough evidence yet. I think they need to put a CI inside. Yes, this was released just a little bit ago. It's going to be scripted. The TBI is covered organization like the FBI. They don't ever share. They don't share. TBI specifically doesn't. They never name suspects ever name suspects. TBI is giving us open source information. I'm glad, but there is more information out there. I will never give up on little Summer Wells. Thank God there are so many people who love Summer. One answers, and Summer found and justice for her. I do not think they got the burners, other phones. Yeah, it's very interesting that they said they did not say we continue to have communication with Summer's family. He also said, I would hope someone would look for my daughter, which is exactly what Don and Candace do not do to this day. Still, these are the guys that are going to find her, which means they are the ones searching. They are the ones that are looking for Summer Moon Utah Wells. They are the ones. Not Don and Candace. They haven't even talked to anyone in over a year. Can you imagine? Can you imagine your child being missing and saying we haven't spoke to him in over a year, and that's probably a good thing? I've never heard a parent say that. Oh, Arctic, I didn't even see anything. It's okay. It's all right, dear. What else do we got here? Yeah, these are the guys that are going to find her. It was interesting to me that they put this out on the 14th as well, not the 15th. I mean, maybe they was just getting ahead of it. Exactly, bees. Exactly. Brandy talks to police every day. She's constantly, I talk to her on the phone, constantly talking, saying that she needs to put up the flyers, because after a while they get wet or whatever. And like every week or two, she puts up brand new flyers of Michael. And the thing, I mean, we have more answers in Michael Vaughn's case than Summer's case, right? In Michael Vaughn's case, we know 4 people that have been named suspects, right? And they've dug in the back of their yard, not in Summer Wells. We just have Don and Candace that do nothing for Summer, not cooperating with any investigation, right? So it's very concerning at the very least. They probably haven't spoke with investigators since Ronnie Lawson came out and said they're not cooperating with us. And I see I really think Hawkins County missed crucial time. They didn't do maybe some right stuff in the beginning, right? Don was in jail when he said that? Or was Don in jail? Have they said anything yet of what they found? They haven't. They haven't said. Either way. They sure haven't. At all. Just gonna change that. The body of Maya Miliete? Priscilla? Let me look at that. Is that who you mean? Let me check. No, Maya hasn't been found. The 8-month-old found. Corner arrived in. Oh, baby Maya. Okay. Okay, gotcha. I was thinking Maya Miliete. They've been looking for her forever, but Larry, he's in jail. So that's good. Last night we had a very good conversation over on Spirit Seekers channel. It was a bunch of us that up there. Scott H even came up, and even Andy popped up and was speaking about the first days of when Summer went missing. It was very good. Oh, Jen, thank you. I've got that. I want to talk about that. Thank you so much for mentioning that, because the horse barn. Sorry, someone just sent me an email. The horse barn that is right there at where Summer was last swimming burned to the ground. TBI investigating fires at Warriors Path horse stables. The story has been updated, including a statement from the TBI investigation. Kingsport, Tennessee emergency crews responded to a fire at Warriors Path riding stables on Friday morning. Now, the riding stables closed, I believe, a while back. It's been a while for that. Let's see here. Warriors Path Volunteer Fire Department Chief Ben Wexler told News Channel 11 crews their dispatch to a fire at the lower horse stables just before 5:30 a.m. Upon arrival, the fire was fully involved and the building was mostly burnt up, Wexler said. Yeah, that's it for sure. Look at that. Why is that significant? It's not significant other than, that is just, people were riding horses that day and they noticed that a truck that they said someone, one of the wells had down there, they said it, someone stated at the horse barn that it would stay down there most of the day. And this is arson. So it's so weird how it's very close to Summer's day of disappearance. But they did close a while back the horse stables. I don't know why. Yeah, one of their vehicles was there all day. Don't know which one, but I guess it was. I don't know. Oh, look at that, guys. Oh, that's sad. Why would someone do something like this? That's burnt. They did it. Yeah, thankfully no horses present. They did it very early into the morning. They were called at 5:30 in the morning. The building was reportedly unoccupied and no animals were harmed in the fire. The TBI released the following statement to News Channel 11. TBI special agents are investigating the circumstances leading to a fire that occurred at Warriors Path stables early Friday morning. The stables were vacant at the time of the incident. At this time, the investigation into the cause of fire remains active and ongoing. Warriors Path VPD was assisted in the Bloomingdale and Sullivan West volunteer fire departments, Sullivan County EMS, and the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. So, I guess we'll see it, whenever tomorrow happens with Summer's Day, I hope you're still allowed to be around in that area down there. Because right in front of this there's like a parking area. It's kind of like a circle, like a where you can turn around, but you can also park. And then right in front of that is where Summer and Candace and Hunter and allegedly Grandis 3 years ago, almost to the day, 3 years ago tomorrow, Summer was swimming there and pictures were taken and all of that. So confirms remaining of the missing 8-month-old Maya Rudd have been found. I'm glad. I'm glad that they found the child. They know that the child was deceased. I thought it was the overflow parking. I mean, yeah, you can park all down there for the horse stables or anywhere, you know. So there was that. Okay. Well, I don't guess I've got we can hold on, let me pull something up. We'll pull Candace's interview up. Candace, this right here. Credit goes to Chris McDonough from the interview room. This is right behind here is where the stables is, and then this is the parking area. It kind of goes around, and then the
My mother was with me.
Yeah.
water's
my
up here.
daughter,
They'll walk that
Summer,
way in just a
and
second.
Hunter was with us.
Okay. Now, tell me about the dynamics of what everybody was doing. Who was doing what when you first got here? What happened?
I got out of the car first, and then I opened the back door
See.
because my mom's got a double door on her truck.
Right.
So I opened the back door and I let her and Hunter out.
Okay.
And Summer's first thing is to run to the water, of course.
Right.
And I was like, Summer, just wait. Let me get my stuff, and I'll walk over there with you. And she waited for me, and I don't know. Hunter went off into the woods somewhere. I don't know.
Now, where was Summer sitting?
She was sitting in the middle seat.
Okay.
Hunter was sitting on the end.
Okay.
And my mom said, hold on a minute. So we waited for my mom to get out.
Okay.
And Hunter, he just done disappeared into the woods. I don't know where he went.
Okay. Okay.
So, I mean, he just runs out in the truck and just goes to the woods. I always wondered, like, did he go drink his
And me and my
alcohol?
mom
What
and
was he
Summer walked
doing?
over there. And we were just letting Summer play. And then Hunter eventually come back out of the woods wherever he was.
Okay.
And
so let's walk over there. Show me. And I'll just follow you, okay?
No.
I'll follow you on which direction. And
everything's slow motion now.
I know. So which direction does Hunter go?
He went that way.
He went that way. Now, was he in a bathing suit?
No, I think he just had his shorts and his shirt on.
Okay. And Summer, was she in her bathing suit?
Yes.
And how did she get in her bathing suit? Or
I actually put her bathing suit on before we left home because it was really hot out that day.
okay.
Now,
So
that's a huge
something small.
inconsistency. That is a huge inconsistency with they said, Candace says she put her bathing suit on her before they left that day, which would have been 7:30 in the morning, but they hadn't planned going swimming or fishing until they got at Hunter's that day. And Hunter said Candace changed his bathing suit at their house. But I think that Hunter says he didn't go to bed till late the night before. I think Candace and Hunter had talked during that night. They knew Candace was going to go to the hospital the next day. They had spoken the night before, and they had settled on going, meeting up for whatever reason. What do you think about that?
And then not so hot.
Okay. Okay.
Because I know how she gets too hot.
Okay.
Even days and weeks after Candace was not supposed to be speaking to Hunter, she went over to Hunter's home and wanted to know what the TBI and the local law enforcement spoke to him about. But not only that, I know for a fact that Candace and Hunter were speaking all the time on the daily through Facebook video messenger, like video and all that. They talked all the time. Whenever Candace was thrown in the back seat of a cop car when she wouldn't go down by herself and do the lie detector test, the first person she called in the back of a cop car was a 15-year-old child. Why?
And what was the temperature that day? Give me an idea.
Probably in the 80s. I don't wanna-
So it's Tennessee warm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like it is now.
And are you an air conditioned person, or in your mom's truck was the
No,
AC on, or
I
all?
don't like AC.
Okay. So what happened? Where do you guys go, and where's Summer going here?
We all walked down this path, me, my mom, and Summer.
All right. So all three of you together.
Yeah.
Now, how does Mom's knee handle this hill here?
Well, she uses her cane, so it's a little bit easier, and she'll hold on to my shoulder so
Okay.
she doesn't fall or nothing.
So you're kind of
Yes.
escorting her down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is Summer?
Summer's always hot, summer's always cold. I put a bathing suit on her of the morning because it was going to be hot that day. And then, Candace gets Summer in the car. We don't do air conditioner because summer's always cold. Didn't want Summer and all of us to stay in the truck, in a boiling hot truck, while we waited on prescriptions. So then after, it's hot and it's cold and it's hot and it's cold, it just, and then she puts a full sleeve coat that you would wear on, a very cold, a jacket on June 15th, 2021. The way it is outside right now, it's hot this time of year. You got her on a full sleeve jacket zipped up with pants on.
Ahead of you or behind?
While she was waiting in the car, her and Hunter waiting in the car while Grandis and Candace are in a grocery store for a while, according to Hunter, over an hour. Candace said 5 minutes. That's another discrepancy.
She's right here in front of me.
Okay. So walk me through that.
Oh, we're just walking down through here. I mean, usually, like I said, we go slow because of my mom's knee.
Okay.
Myself.
Okay.
I was just standing here at the end, and then, well, the water's up a lot further than it usually is. Usually it's down. You can usually see all that wood sticking up all the water. And she was just playing right here.
And what time do you get here about, if you remember?
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest with you. The time is.
Yeah. Put a fleeced line jacket. I don't care if you're the most cold, blooded person, you always stay cold. Put a fleece line jacket in put it on you, put some long sleeve tights on, and go sit in the back of a cab of a truck with the windows cracked this time of year.
I don't keep track of time.
No, I understand.
I mean, I get up in the morning, I do my thing with the kids, and then we go to bed.
Okay.
I can't even tell you. I know I went to the hospital at 8 with my mom, dropped her off, and I was sitting there, and Hunter called me and asked me what I was doing. I said I was sitting at the hospital in the parking lot waiting on my mom to get done. And he said, well, why don't y'all come over? I said, well, as long as your mom says it's okay. And I guess he woke her up or said something to her, and he said...
Now, it's interesting to me, another interesting thing is Candace and Allie were fighting at the time, right? That's when, they kind of broke up. Their friendship, hadn't spoken, hadn't seen each other in months. months, months, months. But the day Summer goes missing, Candace is with Hunter.
Yeah, she said it's fine for a little bit because I guess his grandma coming over or something. She don't like her. I don't like her either. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, seems like you guys have had a falling out. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
And
It was stupid part on Al, really honest.
what was it over?
Well, I don't know if it was her husband or Hunter's, I'm just gonna say Hunter's daddy. Come out with all these guys and stuff, and we're supposed to move down here. And they couldn't find a place to stay or whatever. Well, I don't really remember what this guy's name was. I know he's a Mexican, I think. And she
That Jose guy?
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah, she wanted him to stay, and she was also staying at my house.
Okay.
So I said, well, if you're going to be with him, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. That's y'all's deal. And I don't know, they did whatever they did because I didn't really pay attention to them. I just hung out with the kids and my mom. And then one day he just goes, I like chicks with dicks.
Mm-hmm.
After him and her did whatever. And she got all pissed off and just said, come on, take me and my kids back to my place.
So Candace would always tell Dawn that, you know, any guy that was around Candace was gay. That way it would, you know, Dawn would think, oh, well, he's gay. He's not going to mess with my wife.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know what really happened.
Okay.
She just went off the handle. You know what happened. And ever since that, I don't know, she's just been hateful towards me. And I don't know, I don't get it.
Okay.
I really wish I could understand it.
Okay.
And she stuck me with that guy. And then my husband got home. And he's like, well, who's this guy, you know? And I'm like, Allie left him here, abandoned him here. I was like, he ain't got no place to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then my mom took him after my husband and
No, Jose.
My mom took him, I believe it was to North Carolina to some chick's house. And then that was the end of him. I never heard from him again.
So your mom drove him up there?
Yeah, my mom did.
Okay.
And I never heard from the guy again.
What part of North Carolina do you know?
I don't even know.
Okay. What kind of vehicle did he have, if any?
He didn't have no vehicle.
Okay. Your mom took him
My
up?
mom took him in her truck.
Got it. Straight up. Okay. Then, so you're down here, and all of a sudden now, Summer is doing what?
Summer's just playing in the water right here.
Okay.
I'm just standing right here. All the flowers that died that were there on that.
Oh, so there were a bunch of flowers
There
here?
was a bunch of flowers right here, yeah, on this little petal. I don't know what, I guess they've all died now, but.
Okay. And where's Grandma?
Mom's standing right here.
Okay.
And I'm over here close to the edge just because Summer's in the water.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Sure.
my thing.
Okay.
And she's just playing, you know, like a normal kid would play in the water. And then Hunter came from wherever he was and come down here and was standing here. I don't want to get all wet, but
Yeah.
he was like standing here and Summer was out a little bit further. They were pretty far apart from like me and your wife is.
Okay. Is that the TikTok video you took?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see how far they were apart.
Yeah, I can see it. Right.
And with him sitting there saying that she fell on a rock, there's no rock. Where do you see a rock?
Right. Yeah, the only rocks I saw were right over here.
Yeah, and
And
they're
then
not
up-
even.
So the water
Sure.
was very high the day that this was recorded. It's usually not this deep. It wasn't the day Summer and Hunter and Candace was there. But Hunter says that Summer went under the water 10, maybe 20 seconds. But she came up and she laughed. Now, it was enough to make, allegedly, Hunter, you know, kind of jump in the water and check on her. But they say that she was fine. But the last picture that we see of Summer allegedly is in the back of a truck right beside some milk jugs.
Yeah, they're way over there, and I'm right here.
Okay. So this is where she is, though.
Yeah, this is where she is right here.
Okay. And how is she? What's her behavior?
She's jumping around.
So many bizarre things happened this day. You know, one is where I just told you that Candace and Hunter and Allie, they hadn't spoken in months, but they did that day. And then what was the other thing I was going to say? I'll think of it in just 1 second. Let me think.
Splash and having a good
Just
time,
summer.
just like summer would always do.
Okay.
I mean, that's how all my kids are.
Okay.
They just splash around and have a good time.
Does she go underwater at any time that you see?
Oh, she just dips her head in, but sticks it right back up. I mean, it was only up to here
So
at the time.
where did this idea of under the water, where's that come from? Okay.
That just blew my mind when I heard that. I was
It only takes 20 seconds to drown. Yes. Yes. And most people thinks that drowning is something that, you know, is your arms are you know, flaring in the air and you're screaming and all that. If you can scream, you are breathing. You cannot scream when you are drowning. We think of it in the movies, help, help. You're not technically drowning then. When you are drowning, you cannot make a sound. Your wind, your lungs, they're all filled with water.
like, she didn't even go into because when she was playing in the water, I was literally taking the TikTok video just to watch, you know, and I did different things because that's how TikTok is. You can do different things with them.
Right.
And I was just taking TikTok video, and he come up out of there somewhere, and I was like, just splashed around, and then he threw up gang signs.
Do you know them?
No, I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
And then he started throwing up gang signs, and I'm like, so I moved it back away from him as quick as I could, and I was videoing them flowers, and then back at Summer again real quick. And then he decided to get in the water right there.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lying is not her metabolism. Not in her metabolism. That's one of Candace's famous lines. She said, "I'm not lying. It is not in my metabolism." This has been a wild ride. This case has. Creators and everyone has fought, argued, screamed, yelled, cried, laughed, all the above in this case. And everyone loves Summer. You know, she does dress like a 15-year-old boy. Yes, she does. She does. But I think she probably has a bra on this one, though, thankfully.
And he went like this with the water a couple times. I told him, please stop that. She don't like to be splashed.
Okay.
And so he quit and got out. And I said, come on, Summer, we got to go get Grandma's prescription. And we just got back in the truck and left.
Okay, so a lot has been said about the tea thing, right? And there's Can over there and stuff. Now I asked Hunter.
When we come down
tell me
here,
the story on
place
that.
was littered in trash.
Okay.
It was all trash down here. Like them teas were all over through there, all through everywhere.
Thank you for that, Jessica.
There was flowers that my mom wanted to pick from here, and I said, "Mom, you better not do that. It's a state park. You get in trouble for that if you get caught."
Okay.
I'm not getting caught for that.
Okay.
And I told her that, and we just.
So right here where this tree is, right behind Chris, there is, I guess this was, you know, this was a man-made lake or whatever. But I don't know if, you know, there used to be houses here before this lake or it washed up somehow. But there is a domesticated rose bush that grows right where this tree is every year. And it'll grow up and all that. And that is what I believe they were talking about picking, was that rose bush. And it has been there the last 2 years that I've been there.
Walked on back to the truck, but I don't know where that iced tea coming from. I know that I did buy an iced tea.
Okay.
She's now look at her lying like a rug, looking at Chris McDonough, saying, I don't know where that iced tea came from. I did buy an iced tea, but that was for my mom. No, it wasn't. Candace doesn't drink that much.
From the smoke shop in town, but I bought that iced tea from my mother.
Okay. Okay.
And if she was here today, she would tell you that.
Right. Right.
And the vapes that I bought were nicotine vapes from the hippie house.
Next door.
Right, next door.
Okay.
Well, no, they're kind of one's further down by the mall. The smoke shop's further down by the mall where I got the iced tea, and the hippie house is just right over here before you crossed over the bridge.
Got it. Okay. So the smoke shop where you bought the
we went to the hospital,
right,
and picked up my mom,
right,
and then we stopped at the smoke shop and I got mom that twisted tea that she wanted, and then I stopped at the hippie house and got me some smoked nicotine vapes. Is what I got.
Okay. What flavor?
I think they were Skittles.
Okay.
Because that's kind of like.
Wait, do they have like a different flavor?
They actually taste like Skittles.
Okay.
It's the only kind I'll buy.
Okay.
And then we left from there and we went straight down to Walgreens and went to the drive-thru. But
The hippie house, they keep a flyer up of summer. It's very nice.
After we were done at the hippie house, I think we bought 3 of them, I think, I believe. And I set them right there on the council, and he asked for one. I said, no, you can't have none.
Did he take one?
I don't know.
Okay.
Honest God, I don't know.
Okay.
But then we went to the Walgreens and dropped off mom's prescription. I said, well, if we got to wait 30 minutes, why don't we just bring Summer down here and let her play for a little bit?
Okay.
And that's what we did.
Okay.
I mean, there was nothing. I honestly didn't see him drink nothing down here. I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't.
All right.
She honestly, y'all, didn't see nothing down there. Him drink nothing down there. Why would someone go swimming 10 freaking minutes? 10 minutes. And we were talking the other day, there was a pillow that was supposedly in the truck, and Summer's not sitting on that pillow in that photo. We asked, where's the pillow, right? Why is she sitting on a pillow? And Candace said, oh, because mom doesn't like her truck to get, wet and messy. But Hunter wasn't sitting on the pillow and he got wet.
So it's your word against his, basically.
Pretty much.
Okay. On this scenario right here. Okay. So from here, where do you guys go?
Walgreens to pick up my mom's prescription.
Okay. Is that the Walgreens right down at the
Yeah,
edge?
it's right straight across.
It's the one that
She remembers she bought 3 of them, right? She remembers she bought 3 of them and the flavors of them and all that, but she doesn't remember where they went.
I showed the other day that it's right down here.
Yeah, when we turned to come down here, it's right there on the corner.
Okay, and you get mom's prescription.
Yep.
Then what happens?
Then I told mom, I said, why don't we get a Sonic?
Okay.
Because it's hot out.
Right.
So we drove in there, got a Sonic.
Right across the street.
Yep, right across the street.
Okay.
And then we left from there, and I went up Moreland Drive because I had to pick up a few things. I was in the store for maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
Grabbed some milk and some cheese, and I don't remember what else I bought.
Okay. And that's the foodless?
No, priceless.
Priceless. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then I was like, Hunter, you're not coming to the house. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going back to your house.
Okay.
And I took him back to his house and dropped him off and left.
In my opinion, Dawn was at the home while Candace was out doing this. In my opinion, Dawn called while she was in the line at Walgreens. And that's when Candace told Hunter and everyone to be quiet. Dawn is calling.
And Summer was still awake when I left his house.
Okay. Okay.
And Allie did never walk to the truck and try to talk to me or
Okay.
I tried to get her to come over and talk to me, but she wouldn't.
Okay. Where does from here, when you left here, okay, and you went to Sonic, like you mentioned, what flavors do you buy? Do you remember?
I think I got me and Mom a grape.
Is that your
No,
favorite?
Not my mom.
Is that your
Summer got a
favorite?
grape. That's my favorite. I don't remember what Mom got. She got it's like a cool water or something like that.
Okay.
Ocean water.
And then Hunter, I think, wanted the blue one. I think.
Okay. Is that the slushy?
Yeah.
Okay.
The slushies. I don't really.
Did you buy food?
Nope.
Just the slushies.
Just the slushies.
Okay. Then what happened?
And then we left from there, went to Priceless, and I wasn't even in there 5 minutes.
Okay.
Grab my milk, come right back.
Summer didn't even have a meal that day. Didn't have a meal. Now, Hunter said 2.5 years later that Summer had some fries from Burger King, but we've never known a story about them going to Burger King. We only knew about them going to Sonic, you know, the vape places, the horse pond where they swam, Walgreens, Priceless, Allie's house, the hospital. But Hunter has recently said that Summer ate Burger King, which is very close to Priceless in basically the same parking lot. If that is true, then the timeline switches. And that means they are doing things that we have no idea that they were doing, if that is true.
Back out the door, and he was sitting there playing on TikTok like he always does.
Okay.
I mean, and then for him to sit there and say that he doesn't even make TikToks, I have on my phone personally, I can show you where he's made TikTok.
Okay.
Honest to God.
I hope you've given it to the officials, right?
No, actually, it's still on my phone. I haven't had a chance because I was going to talk to them Tuesday when I went back to town.
Okay.
Tuesday when you went back to town. Well, you're in town now. Did you ever give it to him, Candace? This was taken. This interview. Give me 1 second. We'll pull it back up. This interview was taken June 28th. Oh, sorry, not June 20th. Sorry. That was something else, I believe. This is the timeline I got. I don't know, but it wasn't. I mean, they were still searching for Summer Wells then. I know EquiSearch was there. EquiSearch actually came during this interview when Chris and Candace were speaking, and they were looking around the horse pond, and Candace probably thought that Chris was bringing them, the EquiSearch, but he wasn't. They were just there for an interview. Yeah, no idea that they were coming.
From there, you go back to Hunter's house.
I drop him off.
Explain the milk. The picture of
The milk, it was sitting right there beside Summer.
Okay.
Because when I handed it to Hunter in the car, he was on the outside.
Oh.
I said, Hunter.
Yeah, so this was about a month of approximately a month. Summer had been missing, and the boys were gone
Put this
by
on
this
the other
time
side of
as
Summer
well.
and just set it over there.
Okay.
And she was wide awake.
So Don and Candace, they weren't taking care of any kids at this time. The boys had been recently taken, probably no more than a week after this interview. And of course, Summer was going about a month at this
No.
time.
Okay.
Like, she didn't go to sleep until after we left town.
Did she change clothes?
Yeah, I changed the clothes because when I have the windows down, it could be 100 degrees. I'll have all the windows up. Roll up the window, Mommy, I'm cold. And she not be cold, but I still do it.
Is that part of Summer's
That's
personality?
just Summer.
Tell me
See, she's always cold. She's always cold. She's always hot. She's always
about
hot.
Summer.
Tell you about
I want to know about Summer.
She's a happy little girl.
Okay.
She's the best little girl anybody could imagine. Just like, well, I don't really want to say her name,
Yeah, don't say her name.
but, you know, happy-go-lucky. Nothing ever brings her down hardly.
Mm-hmm. Today's a tough day for you, I can tell.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's been tough lately.
Tell me about that.
Well, every time I look around, I see her face.
Okay.
I don't know what else I can tell you.
Well, help me understand when you went home. Tell me about those dynamics that day. Take
On the
me
way
back to
home?
that day. Yeah, on the way home.
On the way home, well, we were just sitting there talking, me and Mom, about everything pretty much. Trees, flowers, rocks. Whatever Mom likes, pretty much we talk about. And I was like, what's Summer doing? She's like, oh, she fell asleep. I was like, oh, how's she sleeping? And when I look back, because I'm driving, and I look back like this, she had her arms up like this, like her daddy sleeps all the time.
Okay.
So I wanted to catch that moment.
Okay.
It was just things I do.
Right.
And I was like, here, Mom, hurry up, take that picture. And then she accidentally hit the video record
Okay.
instead of the picture part.
Okay.
So like, did you catch it? She like, no, I accidentally hit the video part.
That's what you get.
I want to
man,
share
grandma
something.
to
Let me
care
see if I can
Yeah,
find it
well,
while
I
this
was driving though.
about. Okay.
And I was like, did she put her arm back down? She's like, yeah. I was like, dang. And then she got a picture of her, but by that time her arm was down, but her arm was up most of the time like this.
Right.
And we were like 2 minutes from the house when she took her arm down.
Okay.
And then when we got to the house, we unlocked the gate, went up, and I woke her up. She got up, I unbuckled her, she got out of the car. We went and grabbed the boys from the house to
Yep.
come help us with the groceries.
Yep.
Because I always have them come help me do something.
And now, who was home when you got home?
My 3 sons.
Okay. And how old's your oldest?
He'll be 13 in September.
Okay. So was he babysitting?
Well, technically they weren't really, they were watching TV and sleeping at the same time.
Okay.
And I was just going to run out for a second, and we never even planned, I didn't even plan for Hunter to even be with us that day
Got
at
it.
all.
Got it.
He just called and was like, want to come over for a second? I was like, yeah, I'll come over for a second, but I got to get right back to Mom. And that was all it was a quick second thing.
Got it.
And he's like, Mom, can I go with them? I'm like sitting there shaking my head like this, and I was like, I don't care. So I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
I didn't even think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying? I always take them kids. Every time they call me and ask me, come get me, I always come get them because their mom don't do nothing with them.
Okay.
She just sits there.
That seems to be the difference between you and Allie. You guys have a difference in terms of what you say you do and what she says she does,
I
right?
found it.
There's always that. It seems to be
There's
a
always
conflict.
Conflict somewhere.
Yeah. So, yeah, go ahead. Finish your
But
thought.
I'm always taking the kids like,
For some reason, this water area really triggers Candace. Now, again, did something happen there? I have no idea. No clue. But she said that she would never go there again. We're going to get back to this, but I want to show you this. This was Candace last year whenever they were down at the horse. Well, she wasn't there. She was in Arkansas. Hold on. Make sure you subscribe to Jinky's Rumor Has It.
My caregiver.
Watch her.
Hi,
She's
Erica.
wonderful. She's with me every day.
Hi, Mama Bear. Lady 7 Up, Michelle Davis. I know
She's
you wish
just
you was here, baby.
concentrating. Now watch her. This is the real emotion that
was
I actually
there.
seen from
That's a little
Candace,
steep
in my
walk down
opinion.
there. Miss Daisy
I,
and I had
I
a
was
hard
a little
time
steep
tonight.
walk right there.
I dragged her a couple steps, and she dragged me a couple of steps. I
Right.
dragged her a couple steps. It took us a while to get up. It's steep. It's steep going down. It's probably
When I met
washed out.
Tibbin, he
It's
used to
probably
try to act like
washed
he's
out
gonna
more
help me
than it
down
was
this steep
2
hill. But
years
not no
ago.
more. He knows
Think
me
about
now.
that too.
Never mind. I'm kidding. I don't need no help.
Erosion.
I'm just being mean.
It's called erosion.
No help.
Candace, I'm so glad to see you here on this day.
I am you too, Candace. I'm glad
I
you're
mean,
here with us.
That takes a lot.
Yeah, I don't mind hanging out with y'all.
I
That
know,
takes a
baby.
lot
I
of
know.
guts.
Oh, that's
I
fabulous.
don't
Always
know if I'd
late.
be able to deal
Now
with
watch
it,
her.
but I
She's
am
getting.
burning summer's.
Watch her.
I'm burning a candle for summer.
I'm sorry.
And
Can't.
yes, I do pray for her.
I'm
And
sorry,
you
baby.
know what? Wherever she is, she's
I'm
not
sorry,
where she
baby.
used to be.
Hey, Sherry, let's give it a
Don't
moment of
cry, baby.
silence. Hey,
Don't
Sherry, can
cry,
you give me a
baby.
moment of silence, please?
Let me.
Sherry,
May I
just a
put
minute,
my arms
okay?
around you?
Just to give her a
Candace?
moment of silence. We're gonna give it a moment of silence, guys. Candace is having a real hard time right now.
I just said I wanted to put my arms around her. They are around her. Close your
Quiet,
eyes.
Sherry.
Auntie Sherry's put her arms around you.
I'm
She's gonna
sorry,
give you a
baby.
big
I'm
old
sorry,
lick
Ken.
on the cheek. And hold you as long as you need to be held.
Sorry, baby.
That's who I am. I love you, Candace. Please.
We
That
love you,
I
Candace.
Don't be
can't
the one
sensitive.
time I've
I know
seen
it's a hard day. We know it is. It's
real
hard for us. We cannot even
emotion.
imagine what it's like for you. And Don, it just about kills me.
In my
I
opinion.
love you.
I love you, Ken.
We love
Please.
you, Ken. I love y'all.
Candace.
I wish I was
Know
there
that
with
you are
you.
in a safe place with good people, and they won't turn their
I
backs
know
on
today's
you.
a hard day.
Hey, babe,
They won't.
hearts.
I know I
You're here
won't
in our hearts.
ever.
I
We're gonna
appreciate
light
y'all.
this up, and that baby's
I
coming.
love
Now, I don't know why. I mean, it's real emotion. I don't know what it is. Is it something that triggered her? That about that day? Does it bring back the memory? What? But it's the only time, in my opinion, in 3 years that I have ever seen her break over talking about Summer Wells, just authentic breaking. And you don't know what someone is crying about when they're crying, right? You just don't know. But there was that. Now, Robin Lane, who she was here with Candace and Chris, and this is Candace wouldn't have done this interview if it hadn't have been from Robin. Wouldn't have done it at all. Let me find it here. Well, what did I do with it? Good Lord. Sorry, y'all. Where's it at? Oh, okay, there we go.
Like it was, I want to say like 3-4 months ago. I went over to Allie's and I asked Allie if she her and the kids wanted to go up to, I want to call it Ducktown because that's where we planned on going, was Ducktown. And she's like, no, I'm going to sleep, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right. And I was like, well, can I go? And Allie's like, yeah, go ahead. So we took him up to Ducktown with us and stuff and brought him back, and everything was fine. I thought we were good friends, but I guess she's trying to get back at me for some reason. I don't know.
Those are reasons that
They're beyond me.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
and you know what? That's not for me, right? That's let the authorities figure that out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That's why I didn't really want to do an interview, because I'm not trying to fight this,
right.
or say something that I say. I'm not into all that game.
I'm here to help find your daughter?
I want to find Summer. I don't even
Okay.
care about anybody else's bullcrap. I want to find my daughter.
I do too. Okay,
That's all this matters to me.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
You know, we still want to find Summer, and you know, it would be great if you would talk to, you know, authorities about your daughter.
That I'm
That
on
would
the
be
same
great.
page with you. All these people, I'm sure, are on the exact same page as well. I think you know that, right? So
Yep,
walk me
sorry.
through when you got home.
Okay.
You're
You
right.
unload the grocery. What exactly is going down there?
Well, I'm like, I bring my kids out, and we all unload the groceries, but we all go in my house first because we sort out my mom's groceries from her groceries.
Okay.
We always do.
Yeah.
And we did that, and Mom walked back across, and me and Summer were putting groceries away, and watching TV off and on, and just chilling with the boys, hanging out, and then we decided to do some laundry, because laundry, my kids, they got 80 pairs of pants, 80 pairs, each one of them.
Okay.
So, you know, doing laundry at my house is like
A job, right?
It's a job.
Right. Do you have a bulldozer?
No. Sometimes I wish I did.
Okay.
That's stupid.
Got it. That's okay.
But
You're doing laundry.
doing laundry and stuff, and kids are all sitting there watching TV.
Oh, thank you so much. Michelle Goes Live. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate you. Good to see you. Hope you're good. Thank you, my dear. Appreciate it. Hope you're well,
Be
hon.
chilling. And I stepped down. I noticed Mom was sitting on the step, and her step is like literally from here to that tree at my doorstep.
Okay.
I can literally walk over and be right there.
Okay.
And she's like looking around. I was like, "What's your problem?" She's like, "We got to get these plants transplanted into bigger pots."
Okay.
And she.
Now you're sitting on the front porch, or where you all?
No, I'm
where
not
you-
sitting. I'm
Are you in the
standing.
house?
No. She's sitting on our camper step right there, and,
Okay.
and the flowers are here on both sides.
Okay.
And I'm just standing there. We're just talking. And she's like, "We got to get these transplanted." And I was like, "All right, well." She goes, "Well, we know the boys ain't going to help because they don't like to do flowers."
Yeah. Well, boy does, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, "But I know someone that will." So I ran back in the house and I grabbed Summer. She was sitting in the kitchen playing with her little, what are them? Little short guys with the big eyeballs.
Okay.
And I was like, "Summer, you want to plant flowers? Me and Grandma plant
Is that the
rocks?"
LOL things? Are they?
No, they're not.
like
She didn't
them?
really like LOLs.
Okay.
She didn't care for those. No, I don't know what they're called. They're all kinds of different characters, like
Okay.
different animals, but they got big eyes.
Okay.
She liked them, so I bought them for her. And she was sitting there like, "Summer, you want to do some flower planting and stuff?" She jumped up faster than anybody could. I've seen jump up. She's like, "Pretty flowers?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go over to Grandma's and plant flowers." Transplant is what we did. And so we did that, and I don't know, it took us a while. Probably 30, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. I don't know. We're not real fast people. We don't.
Okay. Your Tennessee time.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
sitting
much.
on a porch,
Chill.
yeah, drinking some sweet tea and just.
I don't drink tea. But
Okay, but chatting her around.
yeah, just chat pretty much. Me and Mom drink Mountain Dew.
Okay.
That's what we do. We drink Mountain Dew. Yep. And summer we got done. We washed our hands real quick. Went in Grandma's house and she asked Grandma for a piece of candy. She always does.
Okay.
And of course, Grandma gives it to her.
Sure.
And she wanted a piece of candy, so Grandma gave it to her. We were sitting there for about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes maybe at the most. And she goes, "Mom, I want to go back to the house with my brothers." I was like, "All right." So I got up and I walked her back across to where I could literally see her walking to my doorstep.
Okay.
And she
Front door, back door.
No, well, I don't know if you want to call it the front door or back door because I don't really consist which way.
Which door is it? Yeah. In some of the pictures I see,
It's
there's a door around the bottom
okay,
and the back.
not the basement door. I call it the kitchen door, is what I call it.
Okay.
And she walked in there, and there's a scaffolding that we have for steps, the yellow and black scaffolding we have for steps. And I put my hand on the scaffold. I said, "Boys, watch Summer. I'll be right back." And I had to go over and help Mom. She was still sitting over there. And I had to go in and get her knee brace and fix it for her because it was twisted and crap.
Okay.
It took me like 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not a time person. Never have been.
Okay.
And lover, thank you so much for becoming a member, my dear. Appreciate it. Thank you.
next thing I know, I said, Mom, I'm going back over with the kids, chill and hang out, whatever. And I freaking asked her brothers, well, where'd your sister go? She was just right here with you. But she wanted to go play with her toys downstairs, Mom. I think none of them, because that's where our room is, that's where her toys are.
Okay.
And after about a second, I didn't hear nothing down there. I was like, you sure she went downstairs? They're like, yeah, Mom, she went downstairs.
Okay.
And my boys do not lie to me. So I went around because my stairs, my husband calls it a bar, but it's not really a bar. I call it a mess. We built it over the staircase. I guess you could call it a bar, but it's not really a bar because we don't drink that much. So, but it was like where we put our TV stand and stuff like that. And I walked around because that's where the steps are hidden up underneath there. And I said, Summer. And she didn't answer me. I said, Summer, are you down there? And she didn't answer me. So
I've always felt very peaceful at this watering hole is what they call it, or the horse pond. To me, it's always been very peaceful, but I've heard people say that to them they didn't feel, but it's a beautiful place. There's shade and there's, the beautiful lake, greenery, and the wind's blowing nice. I've always thought it was a beautiful place.
ran down the stairs pretty much. I was freaking out. I was like, why is she not answering me? And I looked I blew up. I went everywhere looking for her. So
Really?
I couldn't find her nowhere.
Okay. Then what happened?
She was just gone.
Okay.
She was just gone into nowhere. And I started tracing the property, going everywhere I could. I sent my boys down through we live on the hill, so it was down by the creek. I sent them all down through there looking and everything.
Hey Ryan, what is it? Justin watched this earlier TBI. That was encouraging, of course. Thank you, Ryan. Good to see you, buddy.
They still didn't find her, and they said no. So I ran over and I freaked out. I called Donnie because that's what I do automatically. I freak out,
You called Don.
I called Donnie. I said, I cannot find Summer. Come home now. He's like, call the cops. So I threw my phone down on the back of his pickup, ran over to my mom, picked up her phone because it's the only one that gets out there is AT&T.
Okay.
So I picked up her phone. I dialed her. I said, I cannot find my daughter.
Yes, last year I was walking through the grass. Oh my God. Because like behind Chris, you can go on down the bank, right? You can go on down the bank and you can see there's like other places where people fish and stuff. And I was walking through like some grass or something, and there was something in the grass, and I scream like an opera singer. Live. I was live. I was like, oh. So it was crazy. It was crazy.
And they sent people out, and I wasn't just going to stand there and wait for them to send people out.
Right.
I jumped in my mom's truck, and I went down the driveway as fast as I could. I went everywhere I could possibly think, every road which way. I didn't see no cars. I didn't see nobody at all. And I was like flipping out. I was a hot mess, so you call it.
Okay.
It makes no sense. The only thing that can come to my mind is that somebody snuck up there in that yard and took my baby girl.
What are the odds of that?
What are the odds of that?
From your perspective?
It happens all the time, all the way around the world.
I'm not questioning that it happens. I'm just asking you from your perspective, in your property, living up there as long as you have, Candace, right? What are the odds that happened? Take a guess.
50-50.
Okay. What would be the 50% that it didn't happen? What are the other possibilities?
I have no idea.
Okay. Could she have walked away and fallen?
Knowing my daughter?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay. What's in your heart today in terms of what gives you hope and what do you hold on to? I mean, you've been around the block a couple of weekends, okay? I mean, so have I. And I think what you're telling me here, I have no reason to disagree with you. You know what I mean? I mean, there's going to be a lot of he said, she said, and you know, and I know, no matter what, okay, no matter what,
In my heart, I believe. Now, this is just the way I feel.
I respect that. Totally respect
I
that.
feel
Yes.
that somebody has got her hid out somewhere.
Okay.
And is keeping her away from us.
Help me understand why that's in your heart.
Okay, first off, I didn't know how many sex offenders lived around me that were only 8 minutes from my property.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Right.
And another, my daughter never goes out into the woods because we've taught her there's dangerous snakes, there's bears, there's pack of dogs, there's coyotes, there's everything magical out there in the woods that can hurt you.
Okay.
I've even taught my boys that.
Okay.
And I have never stressed that enough. I tell her that every day.
Right.
And she would never ever go anywhere than that swing that's on that tree.
Okay. Yeah, tell me about that swing. Is that her favorite? I love those videos you put up showing her just having an absolute blast. That's it, blast. What about this call allegedly that Hunter says came in? Well, he said there was a call that Dawn made to you while you were in line at the prescription. Did that happen?
He called me and asked how everything was going.
Okay.
And how soon we were going to be home.
Okay. Hunter relates that he mentioned to you that Dawn had said something about somebody around the property. Is that true?
That is so.
Okay.
Sorry to say, but that's a bunch of bullshit.
Okay. All right. Okay. And so where is?
I don't mean to get upset, but when something
you're
like that,
here's the good news. Okay. This is your daughter.
I know where my husband was.
Okay, but you have every reason. Don't apologize.
No, I'm just.
Okay.
Don't
makes
apologize. Me so mad that.
I mean, the fact that you're wearing Mom Patrol.
That somebody could stand there and lie.
Which she had just lied previously. I don't know, guys. I just want Summer found. Just find her. Just find her. We all want Summer found. Doesn't matter what side you're on. There's no point in. There's just no point. There's just no point. But anyways, guys, I've got things I have to do before head to Tennessee. So I love you all. Appreciate you. I might be live shortly on Hey Sweetie. You never know. Out and about, but it really is Smiley. It is Bees. Yeah. Mohawk, thank you. Thank you all so much for being here. I really do love and appreciate you. Truly. It's hard to see 3 years. It's really, really difficult to see 3 years. All right, guys. Love you all. See you soon.